Welcome everyone to more Linux distribution live code and development here on our T2 Linux and Xcode headquarter channel. Of course, I continued last night and this morning with further fixing latest Clang stuff. Turns out, as you see from all those errors, we had quite some LLVM Clang 17 regressions. Who would have thought? I'm also a little bit disappointed. I had to flag a whole lot. Oops, also probably keep it offset. I had to mark a whole bunch of packages to not LTO. I'm not even sure, maybe I committed some already. Let's also data. Didn't do much today, apparently, maybe. Did I? Okay, maybe I did not yet commit any, maybe. So all those packages, plus minus maybe one or two, like they're like 20, which are quite some. I'm really disappointed that link time optimization also with GCC, but even more so with Clang, does not just work. So all those packages have now LTO disabled because they simply do not link time optimize and usually fail with unresolved symbols in symbol versioning linker script and stuff. So thanks to our zero code package build recipe stuff, just no LTO Clang, plus some other quirks here and there. All right, also shared MIME info. I'm not sure. I guess that probably might be in regression. So people always think, like, as a Debian, people always tell us, what do we do here all day? Everything just builds DM. Yeah, everything just builds DM in Debian, right? You don't need 1,000 developers to patch all your stuff. But case in point, error, invalid suffix, it's also a little bit silly, right? It could compile, it compiles with GCC, but Clang, no, we are overly standard compliant, which is not the worst thing. It's just, yeah, GCC could do it too, right? I mean, what is the point if GCC accepts it? So Clang just wants spaces here, right? So we just patch spaces in here because C++11 requires spaces between literal and identifier on reserved user definitions. So this is one, right? This is no error. Anyway, the other stuff is no LTO. So all the other stuff, I believe most stuff then with the usual LTO YOLOing. I mean, right, we have actually, yeah, we have some things to fix. Also, I should say, I will probably further adapt our release schedule. I'm basically hunting for basically a year. We are kind of sort of a little bit, I guess, delayed with my perfection of like all we build needs to work. Turns out, even if you're 1,000 developers, all it should build does not necessarily need to build, right? And there are constantly upstream changes and regressions. I will probably change that. I said a couple of times I should probably continuously integration build that here on some compute node. And I now decided I will each time, like weekly, we continuously work on stuff. And I weekly, daily and weekly fix stuff here live on this channel, which you probably want to share, like, subscribe, Patreon, all the good stuff. So when I have some state, I will release it, right? So now we have a build, which I tested here locally on the Ryzen 7950X, not on the EPIC, building it locally. And Xin Shao, greetings there to China or something like that, Taiwan, leave in the comments below. And so basically, instead of like, what does it change? It changes that instead of putting my money where our mouth is, and I criticize glibc and others. Of course, we release early and often, kind of, sorta, but releasing more often, like, it is a win-win. Instead of I fix stuff and then don't release it because I have other things to fix, it's the win that the stuff I fix will go earlier to the customers. So we probably will target maybe a release a month. So from now going forward, we want to be more developer friendly, more working, more fixed, more stable. And of course you can constantly build T2 like all the professional users do, and embedded users use a daily updated between data, our developers and I, T2 trunk or Git. And the win-win is, instead of we don't have a release for months, half a year or even a year, we have monthly releases, right? Of course they will be different, 1 week. So this means instead of building everything on one date, which would be ideal, but even with epic thread ripping previous live stream performance, there's always so much that fails, right? So that means now, the last days, I concentrated on fixing more Clang LTO or workarounding and fixing. Actually, I should talk less, and actually we also have Firefox to Clang to Firefox. We have still some more things to fix. And so the win-win is, we have tagged releases, so that build, it's tagged. Yes, it only built for Clang then, the other stuff should usually be quite okay, but it is also like, you get more ISOs, we get more tests, and we get more news and PR, right? We need to structure that somehow with media to be interested, but that is another thing. Obviously, we cannot overload media. We need to see how to best PR, press release, formulate that. But certainly there should be something. So, and that hopefully also takes a little bit, I mean, and the win-win should be, hopefully everything should be more in a better tested working state, because every week or month we focus on fixing one thing. So it's not like, for example, I did not really build that much Clang, right? I surely had some test builds at times running, but probably they failed somewhat. Also, even with LTO disabled, I believe, let's see, with LTO disabled, even Mesa driver fail, right? I don't understand. So yeah, this is now fully disabled, and it's still, actually we could, did I actually change that? Actually we could check one thing, because I also changed, on a quick glance, I couldn't get Radeon Southern Islands, I believe this SI stands for, and Vulkan AMD to build here. Actually we could check if the rest actually LTOs. Now that I think about this. That is always the win-win, right? If I would sit here alone, I would have committed this now live, summarizing this morning's work, this morning's open source work for you. Actually, I think about it like, wait a second, maybe because disabling LTO didn't fix building Mesa, so in Radeon SI and AMD, Vulkan AMD, there were dozens of unresolved or whatever undefined symbols. Let's see if that actually works. And then clean, so what's going on with Firefox? I believe this should build, so maybe this is just Rust, which I believe everything else built with Clang. Let's double check. Build Clang. So I usually should have touched so Rust, libelf. Okay, most things except what was wrong with GC. I mean, that is very minor, obviously. I mean, if you orchestrate containers, you probably don't need GST plugin space. libelf probably would be nice to fix. And Rust-C was some linker thing. I thought I had this work around it. Okay, this indeed, so this indeed has even more. So yeah, this just disabling that. So we need no LTO. For GCC also. Also, it is absolutely silly. Maybe Mesa has some LTO. Actually, we could quickly check that if they have any special LTO config. Here's B LTO true. Here's LTO. LTO is needed with LLVM 15, but we don't know what LLVM version we are using yet. Ah, this is deleted already. This was option. Okay, fine, I can tackle it another day. It's not the most. GCC LTO quirk, GCC get IGCC F no LTO. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's a little bit silly, but I really wonder that after 15 years of link time optimization that this does not just work. And like, if it does not just work with normal code, like why does it? I mean, I get it, like who will program LTO, optimizes stuff away, and then you don't get all symbol exports, but I really would think after 15 years of work on LTO, that should more just work. So let's see what's going on with Firefox. So it was built, okay, that is not the most helpful. So why does this fail? I believe I previously had that. Is this WSMC compiler can be used? Maybe, so executing x86 target -e. The output was unused, unsupported arch. Okay, so okay, that is interesting. So that's not really a regression. So that is actually super annoyingly trivial but yet complex. So what's happening is that is actually, we now wrap Clang maybe a way. So the problem is we wrap this now. So previously it just worked accidentally, like it is so often. Previously it just called Clang and that wasn't wrapped, so it was bypassing our wrappers. Now our wrappers insert except pi and tune and stuff, so it's complaining about tune and so that's actually a little bit tricky. So what either we would, this is super tricky. Possible solutions to solve that would be either having a non-wrap Clang, which would work in this cross-compile case, but not in a whole system case, because in our whole system case, our compiler would be Clang without arch prefix. Another more sophisticated, I mean, we could still have a second Clang invocation thing. Another way would be not like checking target WebAssembly and not injecting march. Which is also a little bit tricky in itself. I mean, we could probably tune. It also doesn't like, does it? Mach build. Should probably fail. Yeah. var remove regex gcc wrapper. Maybe we should quickly call that. Is it append or so there we have tune? Where do we have? Where is our? Maybe we have this in CC. No. Yeah. This GCC wrapper insert. Here is remove. GCC, what am I? There's Arch. Ah, there's Arch. How did I overlook that? Insert. What did I do even? Or did I grab? Maybe I grabbed insert. So anyway, var. Did I already remove? No. Okay, fine. Var. Let's just see if it has a chance to work. So that was, what was it now? Insert, right? Arch, and where's our tune? Tune is in. Where's our tune? There it is, though I'm not really sure how I... So we could conditionalize those. Thankfully, years ago I added support for... This is somehow strangely rip or whatever. Anyway, so we could, instead, removing it is for a quick test to see if it has any chance to fully build. Maybe it does. So it is a whole system Clang thing. If that has a chance to work, I mean, I don't know how, because we disable LTO for, okay, we are lucky we disable LTO for Firefox. Okay, this has a chance to work. So the build sums 10 minutes. I don't do such things often. Maybe here, insert. Here we could use something like that. That was all an insert, right? So we probably could Firefox. We could do this always. Question there, how long does it take to compile Firefox on a Ryzen 7 1050X? As set up and patched and sandboxed in T2, it takes usually 10 minutes. With latest kernels, so previously it took 12 minutes. But with all the more main channel optimizations, multi-generational, last recently used, maple trees, and the new scheduler, I'm already running the new scheduler in EEV, DEF, whatever scheduler. T2 is shipping that in production because performance. The scheduler alone improved performance for building Firefox for some strange reason by over 10, 11 or 13. Don't quote me on that, it was over 10, maybe 11, maybe 13%. So all those crazy software or optimizations reduce the time from 12 and a half or 12 something to probably 10. But this performance might slightly, 10 minutes when we probably mostly use GCC, yet is it out of spec. Firefox Mozilla supports more like Clang only or so, yet I believe it probably mostly builds. I probably should check that, but in T2 the Firefox package builds with whatever system compiler you configured. That is, in my belief, like if you have a build environment and you configure your build environment of I want system compiler GCC, then Firefox should compile with that. I probably should double check that it really does. So this build might vary because that is using Clang, which I usually probably don't. So that build time might be slightly different. We will see. So somewhere we need, maybe here somewhere, cargo, whatever. Don't pass CPU optimizations to Clang with varzi, WebAssembly, varzi, or what even did I? Yeah. Was it VASI? Yeah, VASI. WebAssembly 32 VASI. Basically, I mean, yeah, we could actually. Wait, was this an error? Configure pre-export. No, this just looked like one. Probably wasn't. So, I guess I copied that wrong. So we need to run this probably theoretically 3 times. So that would be insert, so any march, so substitute any march to, so we need mcpu, march, and probably theoretically mtune, so prefix that with dash march conditional for target VASI, then nothing otherwise. That should probably do it. march, mcpu. We need all of them because other architectures use different options. So I guess that should be all. It's a little bit low tech, but got to do. It's nothing, not necessary to over engineer that. So do I even build with all? No, I didn't even build in tempfs. Did I even build with? Yep. So then let's go. Why do I have here so many? Here we have it. We should check libelf. That would be nice to have. So GST whatever, maybe, and welcome everyone, maybe GST whatever is cannot what? Guitar? What is this trying to do? How is this? This was, I believe, previously not the error. And how does that even so somehow, or? That is unexpected and unfortunate. Why does this tar not work? I mean, we could, this is somehow, just delete it, don't really need it there, not really sure. That is a first. Muad asks, does it make our job harder as a distribution maintainer that a lot of big software use Rust, like the kernel in Firefox, knowing of course Rust itself fails to build sometimes? Why is this now? What is going on here? This is maybe also the wrong build. Maybe that was the reason. So yeah, Rust makes our life way harder. I made a couple of live streams already 3 and 2 years ago Rust integrates really badly with all the hundreds of micro dependencies into the Linux ecosystem. And also the kernel makes it even harder. We're not even yet shipping any Rust kernel stuff because it just does not simply just work. I was also shocked, and this is this low level. I mean, I YOLO here stuff of translating stuff, but I would say that it's like I have some thousand things to do, and I would still say this variable quirk stuff there is still somewhat cleanish code. But what really shocked me with the Linux kernel developers is that with Rust, you need, like, you cannot, like, usually you extract the tarball, you make menu and make your kernel, make install. And with Rust, you need a very special, you need some standard libraries built for the Linux kernel ABI, application binary interface and stuff, and address space. And so if you do that in the kernel build environment, it will, and I really hate this, it will download this micro dependencies from the cloud. And I really hate, in my opinion, that this is completely bad and like disasters waiting to happen. And even for me, I already sometimes couldn't build stuff because GitHub was down, there were other Rust and cargo things. Once GitHub was down, once internet was down, and in general, I don't support as a, like, you compile software and you get stuff randomly, or pseudo-randomly, not really randomly, but out of your direct control, automatically downloaded from the internet. And it's quite, I believe it, as usual with GitHub, and it downloaded probably a gigabyte. Like usually you do some Rust and cargo stuff, and of course it fetches a gigabyte or so. And it probably built some minutes, like this, I mean, just the standard library, right? I probably, and that's the thing, I'm like 24/7, 365 days busy with just keeping all this stuff building. It's hard and so on. Hard to spend so much time fixing all this stuff. But it also significantly increases the kernel build time, right? I guess, like on a Ryzen 1750X, I can build the all modular, like this, like as many modules enabled, so any random nonsense I plug in here just works. This is how I like my kernel, as least built in, as much modular as possible. Then I can also, it's not loaded, and it's dynamically loaded, and I can reload it in case I need to patch something or stuff. And with GCC it builds in 4 minutes, with LLVM Clang it builds in 7 minutes. And the Rust stuff, I believe, like if you're used to build the Linux kernel with GCC in 4 minutes, like with all modules as most massive config. Let me just take some call. A recurring occurrence of, hey, I have this random dude calls. I have this Kodak scanner and want to use it with Linux. 5 minutes free consulting. This is the life of an open source. I mean, how unfriendly do you want to be? It's like, do you want to pay something? Then goodbye. It's like, even if you're somewhat, hey, is it you're talking about some consulting? Life as an open source developer. Can you help me with this stuff? Yeah, so you want to pay for consulting? No, I just was wondering. Your name is there with this scanner stuff? Yeah, cool. Another 5 minutes of my life are gone. Share, like, subscribe, Patreon, and stuff. Did something build? What did we do here? Did Valve phone apparently maybe Firefox build more? Apparently did, huh? Do I even have, which state is it even? Okay, fine, doesn't matter the most. So cargo, I think it did answer that, didn't I? Cargo stuff. So yeah, it's slow, not amazing. That's also advertising Rust and cargo people. Hey, it's amazing, and cross-compile native, except it doesn't. And internet native just works, except there are 200 of micro dependencies. And also, not only it loads stuff, my recurrent criticism that even the Rust compiler uses many of the micro dependencies 2 or 3 times, some even 4 times, with slight version variations. It's, yeah. Anyway, then apparently that build, right? Build, Clang. But leave in the comments below, and greetings to India. Leave me in the comments below, how should you deal, and so since I was freaking in school in 1996, right? I was a teenager when I did Sane A-Vision, like all the stuff I've done. Like I've written literally Hool, SCSI, and later USB scanner backend right here in this here, right? Maintainer, author, and stuff. And if you do open source a little bit more than nothing, and your name is out there and on each Linux CD, for which, by the way, my name is on every freaking Red Hat, Debian, Ubuntu, and every Linux CD. But don't earn a single cent, except I even get phone calls of like, hey, can you help me with the scanner stuff, and other, like, nah, thank you very much. Leave in the comments below how to best, I mean, yeah, it's difficult. Recurring theme, it's difficult. Anyway, logs. And also, like, if I would not live stream now, I would work on other image processing, USB driver, Mac software and whatnot, earning money or management C-level executive tasks, and also would get out of my concentration, right? You're somewhat, try to be somewhat polite of random open source dudes calling, and he's like, dude, I'm sitting here at work and trying to earn money, or live on YouTube. It's like, how long do you want to talk with me about unpaid? It's like when I say, I find it a little bit funny that people always call open source people, and on top of free open source software, want free support. It's, anyway, but thanks to your membership and patronage and stuff. Firefox, yeah, that apparently built now. How long did this even? Let's check the build time. People are interested in what's the build time. Package, Firefox, 7 minutes. Does this build faster? Okay, I mean, we are comparing, to be fair, we compared, this is funny that this is faster usually. So for the Linux kernel compile, LLVM Clang is slower, and now this is faster? Because usually Firefox builds in 10 minutes, so that would be whopping 20% faster. So that occurs seldomly. Good that you asked. For whatever reason. Actually, this is, did I not, so this is version, did I not, is this as simple as no LTO? Did I try no LTO? No LTO Clang? Don't tell me that it's just no LTO. Then there would only be Gst plugin stuff left. Are we live? 0 frames. Amazing stuff. Okay, that also built. Then we have only one package left, right? I guess at least we... Rust. Yeah, what was with Rust? So much to does Rust make it... I said it also, usually we needed one C compiler to build everything. Now we need 2 C compiler to build everything because some stuff needs Clang. Also Rust, right? What was this? I think Rust C built quite a while. Gst plugins base. I think it failed after quite some build time with some linker stuff. I thought, that's also the recurring theme here, right? I thought I work around that, and then it still fails. Unused, what's going on? Linking target, video, Gst. Maybe I no LTO'd that wrong, var adm log symbol. Error adding symbols. GST plugins. I mean, maybe this is also, did I just LTO that wrong? Not sure what I thought usually actually no, I have here no LTO Clang. So that is not LTO. Yes, DB LTO true. Because this was probably one of our contributing developers. I thought something like that already. Now, why is this DB? Can't make shit here. So this should at least be some condition. I don't. So the problem is we don't have a nice LTO variable. I think I thought that and wanted to delete it already and didn't. Also introspection needs package install G object introspection. Yeah, pro tip, always conditionalize all this dynamic stuff. This does not need to be a new line. Touch it already. Here I had this already conditionalized. I believe I was that already. So this LTO should be, like, if it's really necessary, maybe it isn't, but if it is, then it should be also conditional, dynamically conditional. So yeah, that is how I cannot find LD. I mean, I could ignore that for now. Who needs Rust anyway? That also works. Amazing. Then we're only down to Rust. I thought I had something work around it here. I'm not sure why it doesn't find LD. Why does this? So it tries the right thing, and so often with Rust it fails anyway. Cannot find LD. Do we supply that? Here is use LD, LLD. Conditional R compile or use. Does this somehow... I think I keep this for later. It's not the most important now. There's always one more thing that usually takes the longest and is annoying. So everything else built then with this further round of quirks and fixes that I now also have to commit. Did I had Qemu with Spice on here? I think I remember, so that is a fresh installation. And I vaguely remember that maybe I didn't had some QLX stuff. which might be, as usual, probably this live stream is already easily 1 hour, scheduled for 12:35. I guess it's approaching 1 hour. Keep open source bitrot away when it's working an hour or 10 a day. I guess we need to rebuild Qemu if we want this high performance QXL spicy stuff. Create ISO. CD-ROM Clang, move that here. How did I usually do that? Like that? Permission denied. Spice. I remember there was something that this failed. What even failed here? I remember I wanted to compile that last week when I like when is even the last login here? September 26th, like when I freshly installed that. Okay, let's one more thing. I quickly wanted to test it. I mean, I could quickly use VNC, but VNC. I mean, I could, you know what, we could install this with. I mean, okay, I wanted to see Firefox. That is why. So for a moment, I forgot why I wanted to use QXL spicy. Find spice. So what was going on here? Spice protocol and spice GTK. Something failed. I just don't quite remember what it was. Okay, let's. Nothing better than embarrassingly testing your system. So we need to control C there over. Oops, none. We don't. Yeah, I think I have libjpeg turbo. Let's. What did we build? JPEG introspection. That, some security. Let's try maybe those. See what happens. Also libx11, of course, latest and greatest security fixes. I mean, we did strictly, we wouldn't normally, you know what. I mean, all of, you know what, let's do that here. Don't need all the rest. Who needs security in their local office environment? Countered Python, right, I remember Python module 6, this was the issue. And I think last week I didn't quite instantly see where this shit is coming from. Python check, get option. Okay, this is Python check though. Does it mean common general client code or general server code? What is this only checking some stuff? So I googled that. I mean, Python module 6, not to mix with hex. I guess this is a new freaking dependency or what? Spice. In general, my rule is we don't need to build with tests because it should, like upstream authors should test their nonsense. And we don't want to spend CPU cycles. Maybe this is just disabling some new testing stuff. This is Meson, right? This is probably also outdated here. Unless, I mean, okay, this was from configure, so it's probably pre some update. Meson opt. Is it opts? Meson opt. Python checks unknown option. Was this not a? Thought this was the option. Alright, this was in some sub-module. Why is this? It is get option. Yeah, once we had a couple of build systems, now we have a lot of shitty build systems. This is let's quickly build this. Thank you very much. Should we patch that? Why does this not compute? 6 and pi parsing. Wonderful. Maybe this would need to have this implemented. Here's enable Python checks. Python, here is option text though. Does it need to be enable checks for Python modules needed to build from Git, which does not really sound like we would need that. Yeah, my love and hate relationship with modern stuff. I don't get why this needs to be. Question there, why do we not save live streams? We save live streams. You just go to the YouTube live tab and all the recordings are there. I would be a fool if I wouldn't save them. I wouldn't want to talk to myself here all day long and not have YouTube views. Maybe you just didn't see them there though, but I don't get why this doesn't. So that is really, I guess there is something buggy with not including the stupid options. I would need to, do we have here some include stuff? Can we concatenate that to this stupid file and would this work? I have no idea. I mean, it has here some Spice common sub project. It's so funny that one is built, the other is options text. It's, yeah. Here maybe he would. So I have the feeling this option pathing does not freaking work. Okay, you know what? I think I patched that. This is too stupid for my... This is too time wasting for my pay grade. Basically false, right? It's like oh wait, this is not passed. Oh darn. Or does it work? Maybe it does work after all. Just doesn't pass. Ach, Meson is so stupid. I don't. This is the same with Cargo and Rust, right? It's so much hype and so little substance. I don't find Meson, and it's not even freaking parallel checking all this stuff, right? Python. It's like maybe this hot fix Python check patch. All I wanted was Spice GTK. All I got was Meson build errors. Nah. Ah, still have this in. I wonder what's with this other old audio codec option. Oh, JSON. So it's probably a new dependency. Maybe more stuff will fail. Oh, this did something. So there was this very old audio codec for reproducible whatnot. Oh, now it wants 60 freaking though. Thank you very much. Looks like it needs this 6 shit after all. Ugh, I hate dependencies. Is there any, leave me in the comments below, is there anyone who loves uncontrolled mountains of garbage dependencies? Okay, let's package some new Python. Shit, the latest and greatest. Let's package the latest and greatest of latest Python nonsense. I'm not sure, normally I might want to name this Py6, but maybe I save this. You misspelled Python? Where? Ah, here. Okay, I deleted it in the meantime anyway, right? Good things. GitHub, online, download files, 6. Probably that one. This downloads also sucks. We not sure if we need to improve our data AI to auto edit those. Hash like why does this need to be so stupid? Oops. Like hash directories, and it's like, why can this not be in one project release area? Python, so amazing, it needs gazillions compatibility hacks and quirks and modules and stuff. How to ruin your language. This easy tricks. Probably to be deprecated soon for reasons, usual stuff. What license MIT? Managing Python dependencies is a lot worse than managing Rust dependencies, even though. Well, I disagree. At least the Python ones you can package, the Rust ones you can't package. So if you say that, then maybe you didn't use Rust a lot yet, or you have no experience integrating Rust and Cargo as from a Linux distribution standpoint. Let's see if that just builds with all our zero code package auto recipe stuff. I did something. Did I do that here? And did it do something? Linking? Ninja? What does it want now? Maybe more gear? Maybe it wants more object introspection stuff now. Which one does it miss? Failed. Spice client. So it's just we can't cross-compile this yet. Which freaking even failed there? I don't instantly see. You should consider building with libjpeg turbo. Thank you very much. Where is gear? Generating? Where is... I don't even instantly see where it failed. I mean, does it have... Can we disable object introspection for a second? I really hate when I don't see where it fails. Modern build systems, so amazing. You don't even see where they fail. Which did I even build now? And why did libspice fail? Ah yes, GST base, gear. Couldn't locate once GST base. Did it miss more? Couldn't find. Oh, there at least GST plugins base. Comment there, not too big of an experience with Rust, but it hasn't been too bad so far. Sure, as an end user, if you, in your cargo crate or whatever, list some dependencies, of course it works. But from, like, you can't package the micro dependencies. They're each time rebuilt with major packages, often more than once. And it's like basically Rust cargo micro dependencies are at this point basically unpackageable. And patching them is a pain, right? You patch some Spark or ARM big engine support, and each package, because each package downloads its own micro dependencies and extract it and builds them again, you need to patch micro dependencies, like you need to patch the same micro dependency stuff, like Spark or ARM big engine enablement all over the place. I also accidentally built here some other stuff. Maybe I should have looked what I freaking built TM. So, yeah, as an end user, sure, some Hello World stuff might just work, but the other stuff's then quickly not. probably wants even more custom commands. So the problem with this is that by default we miss, can't find GST, okay, GST. That's of course one problem. Yeah, if I had nothing to do. So the problem is that the object introspection stuff does not cross-compile. Also there is apparently some, I fixed this typo in another package, probably I should grab for that. I fixed this today in some other package. Probably I should grab for, what was it? And do we have any more of? I fixed this in the clean thing earlier. Didn't commit this yet. Welcome everyone. UT. Other like Open Embedded or others solve that with running G-object introspection through Qemu. The problem is not only that it's slow and error prone. It also doesn't work for all architectures, right? Sure, it works if you only do ARM and MIPS or so, but if you also do Itanium and all the others where we don't have Qemu. Was it which mode did we? Was it this one? So yeah, then GTK. GTK. What is GTK? That is Isolus overview. Is that so right? Oh, this is 4. That is 3. More, it's probably more GR. GTK pixbuff. Yeah, that's not ideal. It's documented in our science, so maybe I should prioritize that to somehow patch this G-object introspection stuff. Like, probably nobody else has done yet. Except running it through Qemu, which for me is not the solution. It's probably even more, probably Graphite and Pango. Theoretically, we have a sign article for that, maybe, and probably we should also, like, yeah, that's so much to do, right? Running an unsuccessful couple of human open source project. Homepage there, wiki there. News and PR, so theoretically I documented that, GTK Pango, half-pass, graphene, probably I should do that too then. Should not take long, epic thread ripping through that in just some minutes. At least we have documented. The new builds, because I don't ship this half-working Perl in Python, saves me some build errors and trouble. And so theoretically so we don't need that anymore because we simply don't ship this half-working versions. So actually making stuff easier and easier. Slightly wonder what was up with libs Python. I should mind. Oh, this was a new version, apparently, maybe. 2223. Hey, now that works. Do we have a new Qemu version? At least some other. Apparently not. Okay, this was just some Control C or whatever. Let's maybe see if that actually builds it, not that we wait for Qemu and then we don't have it. Does it have all it needs for Spice? Server, yes, okay, looks good. And then, so yeah, as usual, right? We have a new Python package, we have some typo fixes, some other LTO improvements. So run Qemu as soon as we have that, and then Spice C, then that as soon as it is up. And then I want to see if the otherwise Clang, like basically if everything worked, did we? Okay, we have only one build error, so yeah, I probably try to fix one build error later. As a Rust thing. Yeah, takes a while to build all targets. I kind of wonder if we should default to not building all targets, because most people actually don't need all the targets. With that I mean from Spark to ARM and everything else in between. So finally I have Spice back, and let's oops. Now it surely does something. Do you see that? Probably right. So it boots without major errors. That is already something. Oh shit! I always forget. Okay, yeah. Always forget how to get out of this full screen thing. So let's classic install that, I guess. Better FS. I must say, in 5 years live on YouTube, we came a long way of making all of our stuff amazing. Did I say probably oops. Oh, no, just none here. Still good old Europe. No, it doesn't really matter though, but whatever. Okay, so kexec failed. Did I had that on my? Did I not once fix something? Okay, all the rest worked. How did I usually? I guess start X, right? No, that works. Hey, Firefox works. So, at least something. I'm not sure if that might be double events. Maybe this is QXL and there. When I tested the BSDs, I was like, yeah, what's buggy with this nonsense? Only then, days later, I found that I might have set this. We might have 2 input devices or some other Qemu nonsense. Probably we should have a proper T2 background default image thing. Just wanted to test one small thing. I mean, we should see that actually. I wanted to quickly emerge some input thing. Probably should see this already from input. We have platform. Yeah, we have platform mouse and keyboard. So not really sure. Probably launch Qemu wrong. I probably just launched that wrong. What do we run here? Device stuff. Virt.io keyboard. I mean, maybe this here. Okay, maybe these are duplicates if you run QXL. Not sure. Maybe these are the issues. If anything else, you would. Fedora defaults enabling BtrFS compression. Throughout the compression algorithms is higher than SATA bandwidth. We also do that, I believe. Thanks for the tip. We do that too, I believe. BtrFS. Do we not? Discard space. I thought we. Maybe we don't anymore for some reason. I thought we did. Anyway, maybe I have. Do I have? Yeah, Clang build kexec tools, so I have that on the to-do. So there's also this thing, right? How much, I mean, it's basically nice to have and stuff. I have so many to-dos. Okay, let's see if at least that changes. Double input devices. Okay, that is plot. That is funny. We have platform serial keyboard mouse. How does it work with Spice thing? Okay, but now we have the garbage mouse emulation thing, I believe, right? Or do we? Yeah, this is okay, this probably fixes the duplicate event thing. Okay, don't care, whatever. So it's basically not really helping us much. Was this still okay? No, there is some issue. So that is certain. I mean, maybe it's a little bit better, but not. Yeah, so I need to research the interaction of those bloody input things. Maybe we should ship this X input, whatever. Find X input, Thomson, calibrate. Is this just X input? Maybe this command line thing. I slightly wonder what's up with this compression thing. I thought I had that. Yep, that's what we probably want. So we have virtual call. Okay, this virtual core should do nothing. So it's just 80 traditional set keyboards, so there should not be double events. So maybe with the other configuration it was, no idea. I don't know what this nonsense is about. I would have thought it's double event thing, but apparently it's not. Or it's by design that. Is this maybe just a Firefox bug? Does it also happen locally? Okay, maybe you need to have the mouse button pressed for reasons. Which is not how I always click this. Oops. Okay, if you keep your mouse pressed, but even then it's shitty. This. Yeah, I don't know. This somehow sucks at emulation for whatever reason. Anyway, does stuff render? Or Clang stuff? So, but I mean, you can't. I mean, this can't be normal behavior. It works here though. Yeah, so something is like virtualization. It's like this is not how I would want it. This is strange. I don't know why this stuff always doesn't work. Oh, cool. There's this image. Anyway, that's it for this video. What did we learn? Did we also had RX input and compression? Ah, so much to do. That would be target package. What do we select here? Maybe that there. And what's going on with our compression mounting? I thought I'd done that. We tried to mount that. Why does this somehow not save? Why does this not? I killed it already, didn't I? Focus. So we're supposed to do that. Good that we, or did I just overlook that? I mean, it's always possible. Oh, I can actually show you the new login issue. Look at this beauty. Is that not? I mean, we don't have a tier so that you can read that. So all the other secondary. Is that not? Who wouldn't want their professional operating system look that good? Now, if only it would mount compressed. Why does this not? Probably should reinstall that and did someone already, by the way, kexec tools Clang glibc GitHub patches? Here is something. This Clang glibc tool chain. Yeah, it builds, but doesn't work. Or do I have LTO on? Maybe it's an LTO thing. Does it LTO with? should be maybe simply, I mean, either, I mean, this, by the way, capitalize that. Okay, let's, nothing like try, giving that a try. Okay, exec tools, let's build that, so that is not LTO now. Let's rebuild the ISO, wherever I did this, there. Everyone asks, what editor do I use for coding? It depends. I usually start flame wars and hell is freezing over, because for small things I use VI, and actually I don't need all the VI improved stuff that only gets on my nerves and irritate me, but I switch to Vim, although often it irritates me. And for longer things I use Emacs, and actually my main Linux full-blown IDE setup, which usually I don't even show here, is actually still using Xemacs, although it's pretty dead, which probably I should get used to something else or Emacs. But leave in the comments below what you use. So the last time I checked, so 34, it's probably pointless. I have the impression there never... Oh wait, there is 35? Did hell freaking freeze over? There's a freaking Xemacs release. This is what we're here for. My most beloved editor that usually starts flame wars and makes... Oh wait, this is also wrong. Hell has frozen over officially. We have an absolutely crazy Xemacs. I probably will not build. I have the suspicion we have quite some quirks and whatnot. So we built the ISO, right, didn't we? We probably completed that. Okay, of course it doesn't. Probably delete all those, maybe even more. Decades worth of quirks. Did I not? What happened here? I thought I did that. Maybe I should read. What is it? When you autocomplete or you reverse search takes longer than... Should have been hotfix, not really sure why this is not hotfix. Did everything. Let's see. So, do they have a freaking announcement? Why did nobody... The first release in... probably over a decade. Mailing list has been difficult several years running mailing list. What is even... doesn't even have a announcement here. They freaking have an announcement. Unrecognized options. Warning, remove, cannot remove, no such. Is this a hotfix from ours? Didn't touch that literally in long. How much could they have changed in 15 years? Anyway, we have a Linux distribution to test. When was it even? Is there a freaking date? The first beta release. Where's even my freaking mouse? Since 2013, yeah, 1 decade. To enable it, pass, merged, trunk, enable it, pass with mule, Unicode, internal, configure. Probably I should read the freaking changelog. Okay, this is wrong. Okay, we probably... And there you have that, I guess. Amazing. Who would have thought that we update Emacs today, Xemacs today? What is here even freaking date even though? Date. Compatible, something. Is there not a... Why is here no date? Some months already, apparently. In May or so. Fine, wonderful, amazing. Alright, I probably closed this by accident. I couldn't connect. So, let's test what does wipe everything, better FS. So we should see this here already. Cut prop mount. This is compress works in series, so somehow I regressed that. I'm pretty sure when I implemented this. What is so part mount? That has a second argument. If to mount O2 or mount. So this is like if this fails to mount, so is this mount device. There's a GTK Valent JIT branch of Linux tests I've been using for years now. Performance great. That sounds amazing. But why does this not mount? So this should be, or is that if dear mounting device on part mount, is this not for if eval command, then maybe the auto partitioning does not so this is probably for the auto partitioning path doesn't do it. Cool, we found another bug in our own shit. That's unfortunate. Maybe we should better reuse this code parse. So MNT is 3, so I guess MNT. I mean, we should, okay, I could quote it. We should only have, so this, if MNT, then that, otherwise. We should only have compress. Oh no, okay, let's do it like this. So MNT. Let's see all callers of, what even was it? Part MKFS. We have that here. Any on slash part def fs mnt. So that create file system. So that is called here with mnt. Can't find you in some of the relevant. What do you mean with you can't find us in some of the... What do you mean with revanced YouTube apps? But yeah, if you evote with your GTK Wayland JIT branch of Emacs, patch is welcome, right? So def that hopefully should be the full password. Your channel is not on my recommendation. Maybe shall I subscribe, I guess. So I probably should take care of that. Def is 1. So that is... I should have made this more consistent. Okay, fine. I guess testing will show. What did we even, we edited, so compress, okay, we don't need to quote this, right, either we have it or not. So part mount, so don't ask if we have MNT. Not sure why I didn't implement this like that. Part mount. So that is just the default directory. Def is, where's our second argument, is that local compress 2, and we could probably place them all here, right? Def compress and dir. And then if readability compress, dir, so we have here yada yada stuff. So if not dir yet, okay, we have all this stuff here. So if that was 0 length dir, then do all this good stuff of detection. So that's, we have local already, don't need to double local. And then ask user. And if the user didn't cancel that, we have a dir. Not really sure what we do here though. Check if at least root is already mounted. If 0 dir grab stuff, okay, please mount root system first. So that's the dir, so we create that. What is the... So this is, what is it even doing? That is matching leading slash. Why do we do that? This should have a comment. Mount device on directory. Not really sure what I've done here. Part mount. Okay, let's see if that works. Actually, theoretically, we don't need quotes here, but I guess that proves readability. Yeah, this is how a win-win. Yes, all this takes time, but if you want to get into the top 10 of Linux distributions, that is just the time you need to invest. To have this running, yes, I have this running, so let's quit that, stone build, ISO build.
Notre train en va. Das ist die Sonne. En français, c'est le soleil.
So, we built a Linux system in ISO and we boot it. Let's see if we have typos in there. Nothing like not statically and stuff typed, so we might have trivial typos in here, which is why we tested. Did something, yeah, it looks probably. Yep, now that works. Thanks for asking, we found a bug. So, great. Now that this feature marginality is taken care of, let's check that again. Actually, we actually had that compressed for a long time. It's probably one of my earlier YouTube videos some 4 years ago of installing T2 already in 4 minutes, which maybe in the meantime with all the advancements at complex x86 CPUs and T2 Linux optimizations might even down to less than 4 minutes. Install T2 in 2 minutes or so. Still the same. Here, there, yes, that. Please continue, whatever. Okay, internet please. No SSH key this time. What did we want to test? Alright, we want to test kexec. So that is fixed. And kexec. Kexec does. This is not yet fixed. That's unfortunate. But at least, hey, the rest still works. For kexec, we probably want to boot with serial console. This always takes a second. So kexec, what was the syntax? The syntax was strange, I think. Was it kernel or VM? Oh, shit syntax. Each bloody tool their own shit syntax. I think it was this equal for reasons and reuse command line. Like, you know that tools have a shit syntax when, like, I don't remember the bloody syntax. So reuse command line. Maybe it was Linux then. Okay, this was reuse command line, right? I see it there. Maybe this was then Linux. Oh, VM Linux. Ugh, what even? Exec, execute currently loaded. Ah, I think that was probably -L. Probably was -L for load, of course. Why should it be kernel or Linux? Of course it's -L or load. Ah, that was it. Yeah, I think doesn't matter, but yeah, so that failed, and thanks to the advancements in this stuff, we didn't see it. Cool. We can we probably? Oh, we can scroll. Maybe error not in assignment. Oh no, it's it just. So yeah, so to tackle that, we could dump the output to. I mean, something's clearly not working. So to better understand what's going on, it's unfortunate that it's like something faults or whatever, intentional reboots. Maybe there is not even another. Yeah, I mean, we best log that to a file. What was even, yeah, whatever. We best log this to a file, and I mean, it's not working. So yeah, this to-do needs to remain. Does it make sense to, I mean, is there any kexec tools Clang? Fails to compile, I mean it builds. Here's some super old stuff. It runs into the error message machine, unknown type 264. So this is a arch. I mean, it could be something of that sort. Yeah, whatever, I guess. To be continued. I hope you enjoyed to learn something. We did some stuff. I still, as usual, I know I have some. I probably should commit this. Yeah, we did something. One day at a time, improving one of the best Linux distributions, and the only one I can endure to actually work on a daily basis. I hope you enjoyed this, learned something. Probably don't forget to like, subscribe, maybe super things, YouTube membership or GitHub sponsor, Patreon. Have a good day and night, and I hope to see you soon for all the next continuation of bug fixing and stuff to come, and debugging and all the good stuff.